Hello everyone, Robert Rambles here, and welcome to World of Warcraft Shadowlands. In this series we'll be taking a level 50 who's just completed the introduction to the Maw, and we'll be making them ready for the new patch 9.1 Chains of Korthia. We're going to take this character through the Threads of Fate leveling process, and then through the Covenant campaign, and also through the required portions of Torgast content. We're also going to max out our renown and get ourselves some gear. All of this and more, like I said, we're going to do in service of being ready for patch 9.1. Where we'll have continuation of the Covenant campaigns in a combined Covenant campaign. We'll also have access to new things like strikes and the revamped Maw, as well as 40 new renown ranks. So yeah, this playthrough is about getting us ready for that new content, which could be coming out within 1 to 2 months. Who really knows for sure? The first thing you're going to have to do is take a character through the Maw Introduction. So here we've already done that. We've just completed the Maw. Now, this is going to be a Let's Play series, not necessarily a succinct guide. Nothing that short and to the point. There are probably plenty of leveling guides out there that would be better suited if you just want a quick overview. That being said, even though it's going to be a Let's Play series, there are going to be parts of Threads of Fate leveling, and probably even Torgast, that might get a little grindy and tedious. So it's highly likely that I might cut out some of those parts to make it a better viewing experience, while making sure that we still spend some time talking about how that experience actually feels to go through it as a player. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take the quest from the Fate Scribe here. The Threads of Fate. It is my duty to observe the strands of fate, the wondrous possibilities that the purpose lays before us. Fate flows around you, mortal. It shifts, it changes, but I have stilled its movements to offer you a choice. You may journey through the Shadowlands in the same manner as those who came before you have done, or you may choose a different path, one that lets you forge a bond with the Covenant now, and move freely through the realms of death to forge your own destiny. What say you, mortal?
Trust in the Arbiter.
So here is where we choose our Threads of Fate leveling. Oh, we even have to type the word fate, just to make sure you're not screwing this up. By choosing Threads of Fate, you won't be able to play through the normal Shadowlands storyline. This can't be undone. Are you sure you want to choose Threads of Fate?
May you find your fate.
And that's how we get started. If you guys are interested, we're starting off in some pretty basic gear. We've just got the Legionnaire stuff from the Argent pre-patch event that happened so long ago. This character has most of those pieces, as well as the epic sword that dropped off of Nathanos. So that is the character we're starting with. We are of course on a Death Knight, and we're gonna probably be sticking with Unholy spec, and then looking at doing some tanking later on, obviously as Blood spec. So should be interesting. Let me know what you guys think of the specs. Let's go ahead and continue.
Mortal.
Alright, the first thing we're going to do is speak with Talinara here to choose our Covenant. Though you've chosen your path, the fate of the Shadowlands has yet to be determined. The power of the Banished One grows. It falls on you and others of your kind to thwart him. The Arbiter's honored voice Talinara will aid you in choosing a Covenant. Bolstering their strength offers our best chance at victory. We are going to be going with Maldraxxus for this playthrough. I've seen the entire Kyrian Covenant campaign up to, the point where we're at currently before patch 9.1. So we're going to take a look at Maldraxxus.
Hear the words of the Arbiter.
I was wondering when you were going to appear. Your aid is needed. Each Covenant is vital to the Shadowlands. Though they have been isolated and divided as of late, the purpose depends on the success of their efforts. All of the Covenants must bolster their strength to face the threat of the Banished One. But your contributions cannot be divided. They must be focused upon a single path. Other mortals may make a different choice. Speak to your potential allies, and make your choice the map.
Your path
Can we
is
skip
chosen.
right to this? Okay, we can. We can do that. Maybe we can't. Oh yeah, it looks like we could just skip it. We'll go talk to everybody, see what they have to say.
You could probably use a little help.
So we have a few options here. Remind me of the Night Fae. Can I test the Covenant abilities? Can you reset the cooldown on my abilities so I can train further? And what awaits me if I join your covenant?
Is that all?
Okay, and if you click here, it shows you your mount, your armor set. It gives you a rundown of the abilities, as well as showing you your soul binds.
We'll meet again.
You wish to be of service?
So we'll browse this, and then we'll choose our covenant, in case you guys are interested in reading any of the descriptions.
Remain humble.
Return.
I have to admit, I mean, the Venythr plate armor looks incredible. I love how it looks. I love the claws on the boots. Oh, that's awesome. The mount is okay. It's like a bat bear without wings. Head of a bat, body of a bear. Okay.
My duty is to Venythr, not the master.
Something to report?
Yeah, the Necrolord armor looks okay. It's not as cool as the Venythr armor. The mount, I don't know, I'd probably pass on the mount. That's a little weird. Oh, our abilities. Abomination Limb. Sprout an additional limb dealing 2600 shadow damage over 12 seconds to 5 nearby enemies. So it's an AoE. It's an AoE dot. Every 1 second an enemy is pulled to your location if they are further than 8 yards from you. The same enemy can only be pulled once every 4 seconds. That seems like an interesting ability. 2-minute cooldown though. And Fleshcraft, channeled, 2-minute cooldown as well. Form a shield of flesh and bone over 3 seconds that absorbs damage equal to 40% of your maximum health for 2 minutes. So this is like a tanking cooldown. Plague Deviser Merileth, Ameni, and Bonesmith Hemer. And then our little area for our faction is the Abomination Factory. This nexus of the Maldraxian art of flesh crafting allows you to construct new companions to join you on your adventures across the Shadowlands.
Our might is without equal.
Huh. Well, now I don't know. It's really between Venythr and Necrolord. Alright, yeah, we're gonna go Venythr. We're gonna go Venythr.
I speak for the one who is silent.
So we're gonna get Swarming Mist. A heavy mist surrounds you for 8 seconds, increasing your dodge by 10%. Deals 173 shadow damage every 1 second to enemies within 10 yards. Every time it deals damage, you gain 3 runic power. So this is an AoE runic power generator, basically. Which seems really awesome, especially as a tank. Which I'm interested in doing some tanking on this character. So this is what we're going to go with. And then we get Door of Shadows, when through the shadows appearing at the target location.
All will be judged fairly.
Shift F5, is that where I want that? Not really. Let's pull a little switcheroo here. There's much to do within the Shadowlands. Many areas are suffering from the anima drought. The choice of who to help first is yours. Where will you go? As far as where we're gonna go...
With her voice have I spoken.
I don't know that it really matters. Like, we could do stuff in Revendreth, that would be fine. I've explored a lot of Bastion in my initial playthrough, because Bastion was the one zone that I did side quest in, so I saw a lot of areas in that zone. Not so much in Maldraxxus, Revendreth, or Ardenweald. And yeah, so I don't know though. We could start off in Revendreth, see how that goes. It can't hurt to start off in the zone of the Covenant that we've chosen.
Trust in the purpose.
Prince Venythr has started a daring rebellion against his father, the nefarious sire Denathrius, who betrayed us all by pouring Revendreth's vast anima stores into the Maw. Prince Venythr has started a daring rebellion against his father, the nefarious sire Denathrius, who betrayed us all by pouring Revendreth's vast anima stores into the Maw. You must travel to Revendreth and aid Venythr in his efforts. He is our best hope at restoring Revendreth to order. Pathscribe Ro of Vanari, or Avanavi, in the Ring of Transference above can provide transport.
I will consider your words.
Alright, we have to go out and up. That's how that works. I don't know that was not the one I wanted keybound. I want the... There we go.
What do you seek?
Okay, we start with a bunch of flight points, so that's good. Which one here do we want?
Trust in
I wonder, why are there two flight points so close together? Is it an elevation thing? Oh, we don't have the map revealed, so can't really tell. Okay, so we are going to be able to get some items too while doing World Quest, and World Questing will be a part of what we're doing for Threads of Fate, and we're also going to be doing side quest, I'm pretty sure. And we'll be getting anima and a little bit of gear. Although, yeah, it mainly looks like anima. Okay, and it's broken up into 5 chapters. Which is just the intro, and then each individual realm has a chapter. I'm assuming the idea is that once you fill the meta bar for each faction, and you've done that for all 4, that then you will be level 60? That's kind of what my assumption is. But we'll see if that works out. Oh, that was weird. Yeah, we're in a cave system, so it was definitely some kind of elevation thing with the 2 flight points that were right nearby. Okay, and this is our sanctum. Okay, I didn't really know that when I came here. I probably should have known that Sinfall is the sanctum, but I wasn't 100% sure. Let's talk to Venythr.
Hello, Maw.
To what do I owe the pleasure of such a mortal visiting Revendreth at such an inopportune time? Denathrius must be stopped at all cost. However, we've no hope of taking him out while his forces still control much of Revendreth. If you are here to aid us, then there is no shortage of work to be done. Deposing of my father's many allies being chief among that work, of course, but any aid you can provide will be of use. There is too much at stake for all the Shadowlands if we fail. I will see to it that you are handsomely rewarded for your efforts. Aid Revendreth by completing side quest, bonus objectives, world quest, and slaying rare creatures. You may also defeat powerful foes in Revendreth dungeons. Oh. So even dungeons are going to fill the meta bar that we now have over here. That's really cool. I'm pretty sure that we'll be doing some dungeons because I need to learn how to tank on this character and DPS. So we'll definitely be working some dungeons into this. That's really cool. If you like dungeons. I really, really like dungeons. So what do we want here? We're gonna grab a two-hander. I think we're gonna go with the axe. Oh, we're not. Oh, that's our end reward. Wait a minute.
We face the unending,
Why
undefeatable,
is the end reward
undefiable darkness.
not better than the weapon I currently have? That's a little weird. I mean, all of our item level is item level 100, that all the blue pieces. If we look at the one piece of gear that was up, it's item level 90. Ew. I wonder why it scales so low. Alright, and yeah, that's basically it. Can we interact with any of this stuff? Okay. And unfortunately, from what I understand, we can't get renown or do the campaign for the actual Covenant until we hit level 60. Which is unfortunate. I don't know if we can get access to the Sanctum upgrades before level 60, maybe. Alright, well we don't really need to be doing anything else here then. Let's get on the flight point. And we will try to take this on over here. We should be able to jump this flight. And we'll start off with a world quest, see how that goes. And then we will work our way down here and grab some of these side quests.
Why would anyone walk anywhere?
Oh, we don't have that. We don't have the flight point over there. Let's come down here and grab the side quest first, and then we'll head up and do the world quest. How's that sound, guys? Since that's what's practically possible, that sounds good to me. Alright, let's head this way. I really love that they've allowed us to put a marker on our map and track it as our objective. I think that's really cool, and I do appreciate it.
To ash! To ash!
Oh, hi there. Alright, we need to get our ally out here. Oh, yeah, I need to train our professions. We're gonna do mining and blacksmithing, and I'll be working on that probably mostly off recording. I mean, I'm gonna grab the, once I get the skill, I'm gonna grab the nodes here and there.
To ash! To ash!
Where is this? Okay, maybe it's up here.
Excuse me. Hello.
Yes, we're coming.
Over here in the shadows.
And we have friends.
I could use your assistance.
Well, we had friends. Apparently they've dropped.
Ends last.
Hello there.
Laurent, mirror maker to the master. Pleasure to meet you. Excuse my disheveled appearance. It appears I found myself in a most unfortunate situation. I was attempting to travel on royal business when my mirror sent me to this wasteland instead. Not a moment after I arrived, a band of exiles ripped the clothes right from my back, making it impossible for me to traverse this unforgiving terrain.
Off you go. Please do hurry. I cannot enter the light without my cloak.
I'm really interested to see, like, per quest and per world quest, how much it moves this bar that we have. That's what we're going to find out. And then is that going to be static? Is every world quest going to move it by a certain percent and it's going to be the same? And every side quest and it's going to be the same? Or are they going to be different depending on the quest?
You've wandered into the wrong bit of shade.
Let's call our gargoyles. Let's call our army. And I am still learning this class, guys, so I have never really played a Death Knight. Obviously, we have this character up to, you know, level 50, but yeah, it's been a character that's sat for a long time. And when I did play it, I was playing Frost, and, you know, Frost is all fine and good. I wanted to try something new, so we're learning Unholy. So if I seem a bit slow, that's why. Well, that's one reason why. There are probably many other reasons. That being said, I'm happy to take suggestions on the class, as well as our talent choices and things like that. I'll show you the talent tree here in a minute. And I'd rather get advice from you guys. Obviously, I could go to Icy Veins or Wowhead and look up what's ideal, but I would rather get some of that information from you guys. So have at me. I want to get up here and grab this other quest, but we seem to be having a terrain issue. Oh, it's a wanted poster.
Welcome.
Be advised, Summoner Marcel's and his cohorts are dabbling in dangerous magics. They are calling forth ashen elementals to ravage these light-scorched lands. We cannot let such acts continue. Any who can are urged to put an end to their madness. Okay, so go kill this guy. Let's get rid of that. We'll turn this in first, I think. Whoops, I'm used to having my mount bound to that key, obviously. That's quite an effect that they have there. I wish that could be a little bit more subtle and specific looking, and not just like a formless red blob, like obscuring my entire character. I wish it could be more like intentional and
Fancy a
distinct and not just filling up my screen. This is it. Are you sure there weren't more? Level 90, yeah, none of these are going to be upgrades. Forgive me, I don't mean to appear ungrateful, but my mirror fragments are missing. I shouldn't be surprised, really. They're quite powerful, and I'm sure the miscreants out here would be happy to get their hands on them. Nonetheless, I will not let this deter me. Follow Laurent to collect the mirror fragments.
Always a pleasure. Just a moment. I will need my cloak before we head into the light. Much better. Ugh, though it does have a putrid stench. Now, come along. I will show you how to locate mirror fragments. The only thing this wretched light is good for is making the fragments easier to find. Ah, here is one. Buried in the ash.
Oh, is he doing it? No, we need to collect it. Okay. He's going to reveal it. We're going to click it.
To the
Fair game.
untrained eye, all mirror shards look identical. But I can tell by the glint alone where that shard came from. Mirrors are a magical network of sorts. Travel between them is possible, so long as each is made from the same type of glass. Up ahead, I see another.
1 second, bro. And so another thing, guys, I'm reading all the quests because I haven't done any of the side quests except for the ones in Bastion. And if you're new to the channel, I'm really interested in all the lore and storytelling that goes into World of Warcraft, in whatever shape that takes. And so yeah, I'm reading all the side quests that we do come across. What does he see? Okay, he's staring at the ground right here. Let's click.
Fragments should never be discarded. They can be used to repair nearly any broken mirror. You cannot always be certain where the mirror will take you, but anywhere would be better than here. Over there! You see it, do you not?
I don't really like all that stuff floating above the enemies. I don't really like it. Let's make a couple of changes here. The question is, am I going to like it more beneath my character?
Well done. You certainly have an eye for this. We will be out of here in no time at... Simone. What is she doing out here?
I don't know, but we'll find out momentarily. Yeah, I think not having the resources up there helps a little bit with the clutter. That being said, if I'm gonna have this down here, I don't really need this.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Simone shouldn't be here. Should anybody be here, really? I mean, this must be some sort of mistake.
Be seeing you then.
What sort of horrific trap is this? The light is being reflected directly on her. Simone's a dear friend of mine. Free her from that thing, please.
Until next time. Who would do this to her?
Your pathetic master, Laurent. He did this.
Approach freely.
Denathrius may not have set the mirrors, but it's his fault I am here. Those that rouse his suspicion are sent here to suffer, even once loyal servants like myself. The reasons we were banished here differ, but our goal once we arrive is always the same, to avoid becoming ash. The shrouded control the areas shaded from light. Those that trespass within their stronghold are made to suffer. Our flesh blisters and burns, yet we do not die. Instead our minds descend into madness from the pain. I do not claim to know the crimes of those trapped within the light, but I know that this is not the Maw. It is not our role to punish. Free the others as you have freed me.
May you rise ever higher.
Hello there. Fancy a chinwag?
Is this really what becomes of the exiled? Are they left here to burn to ash? How could the Master allow such a thing? It is cruel, heartless even. No Venythr would want to continue on like this.
Always a pleasure.
I think what I'll do is while we're out in the world like this, I'm going to keep the UI as minimal as possible. I do have a UI that I'm going to use when we're running dungeons. We're going to be using ELV UI. But while we're out in the world, I'll try to keep it minimal. That way we can see all the character models that we're interacting with and in combat, and we can look at the environments and just kind of be immersed in the world a little bit. Yeah, I really need to train professions, which I'm going to do after this. I don't want to be passing up these nodes and not farming them. Why did this one reset? Guess I need to be using this more on cooldown, but it's like, to me the spell effect is kind of obnoxious. It looks cool, I could do without some of it. I don't really want to have to turn my spell effects down just for that one spell, but it probably would look better with them turned down. Well, we'll find out when we do raids and stuff, because I do set up different raid graphic settings to just keep all the player spell effects. Just really, it makes it overwhelming sometimes, so I prefer to have those kind of set to minimal when we're in a 20-person group. Everybody's firing on the same targets all at once, and then if you're melee especially, you can't even see your character. Or sometimes ground effects, through all the spell effects exploding around you. Let's see, what do we need? We need more outcast free. We need to stop fighting stuff. Start finding these guys trapped in the mirrors. Alright, let's mount up a little bit here and have a look around. Kind of coming to the edge of the area. Can see if this changes.
Do I owe the pleasure?
We're not gonna. Oh, we do need bracers. Okay, that's good. Let's take. I don't really know. So yeah, another thing. If you guys want to help out with the stats, I want to focus on collecting tank stats because I do want to do some tanking. So they probably won't be ideal for DPS and tanking, but I want to focus on getting tank stats. Obviously, right now with this gear, it's not going to matter, right? But in the future. Alright, where are these guys all hiding? Or do we need to go up in elevation here? Is that what the problem is?
Your eyes will crumble to dust.
Yeah, here we go. Well, that worked out okay. Alright, we need to find one more. Oh, we see him over here. Okay, perfect. Eventually I'll stop hitting that every time I want to mount up. Eventually. Maybe not soon. I tend to use the same key bindings on most characters, so...
It has been so long since
You freed them, yes? Let us hope they found some small sliver of respite where the light cannot reach. Oh, how rude. Look, we're questing here, buddy.
You must see my tailor. They can make you something that will fit just right.
Cloth boots, item level 80, okay.
Fancy a chinwag?
Now more than ever I wish to escape this place, but I cannot go back to serve the Master, not after seeing what goes on here. Simone and I are in agreement. With your assistance, I will craft a mirror that connects to a sanctuary controlled by the Prince. We will leave this place and pledge our support to Venythr, but first, I'll need fragments of glass. The Shrouded seem to have plenty, and the fewer they have to make traps, the better.
Be seeing you then.
Laurent's plan is a bit ambitious.
Many dark secrets.
Mirrors are most reliable when used to traverse short distances. Traveling to the sanctuary will require a great deal of power, more than he or I have. The Shrouded have stores of anima in their compound. With enough of it, the mirror should be stable enough to get us where we need to go.
For the Master.
Alright, so who do we need? Let's make our way up the hill a little bit. Bypass this guy. Oh, we brought a friend. So we've done, what, 3 quests? 4 quests? We've got 10% of the zone bar. I can't tell if that's good or bad yet. It seems decent. It seems decent. We'll see how it plays out in the long run, though.
You will meet your true death.
Doubt it.